class, welcome back to today's maths lesson. So this is the main part of the lesson, and today we are going to be solving problems involving time. A few weeks ago we looked at time, so we should be really good at telling the time, working out time calculations and things. But now we're actually going to put that into problems. So when we have a look on the board, I have put a few examples of questions that you might come up with today. Now I'll be honest, for you football fans in Willow class, it's a lovely lesson because they're all, or the majority of them are related to football. And that's because sport is often very time reliant. So for example, you've got a football match that lasts 90 minutes and only that. You've then got sprinters who compete against time and how quick they can do something. So a lot of it is related to sport today, okay? So we're going to have a look at a few examples together. And I want you, as the video goes, to make sure you pause the video and actually have a go at doing these, okay? The whole point of me doing this on the board with you is just like we would do in class. I'd ask you to have a go at it, and then if you struggled, at least I'm there to help you. Now obviously we know it's slightly different, but if you struggle you can always rewind the video or actually watch how I do it and see where you've gone wrong there, okay? It's better to find that out now than actually when you come to do your work in 10 minutes time and you do start to struggle, all right? So let's have a look at these together and pause the video if you can along the way to have a go at the activities. So the first question just says that during a 90-minute football match, 80% of the time is spent with the ball in play, okay? How much time is spent with the ball not in play? So we know that 80% is a percentage is out of 100, so it's 80 out of 100, okay? Now that's how much time the ball is in play. So if we look at it as in ratio, we've got we've got the two options, haven't we? We've got the ball being in play and we've got the ball being not in play, okay? Now as a ratio, we know that we've got it 80 here, percent is in play. So how much percentage is not in play? Well, if it's out of 100, from 80 to 100, 80, 90, 100. So we must have 20% of the game is not in play, okay? So therefore, we need to calculate what 20% of a 90-minute football match is. Now we know how to do 20% because we know to find 10%, which will then help us to find 20%. Okay, pause the video and work that out for me. Okay, welcome back. So hopefully you have been able to do this. So you should have found 10%. Now we know from last week's learning that to find 10%, we just divide our number by 10 because there's 10 lots of 10 in 100, which is what a percentage is out of. So 90 divided by 10 is 9. Now when we look at this, what have we done to the 10% to get 20? Well, we have multiplied it by 2. Therefore, I'm going to multiply this by 2. 9 times 2, or 9 lots of 2, is 18. So that is the answer to this, because we've got here, we would want minutes. Yeah? And so we found that 20% gives us 18 minutes. Okay? Well done if you got that answer. Okay, let's move on to the next one. So this again is football related. We know that a football match now from this is 90 minutes. So let's keep hold of that in our mind for this question. If a goal is scored every 30 seconds in a football match, how many are scored in a full game? Okay, now we know that a full game, we've just said, is 90 minutes. Okay, now a lot of people here would race into it and say, oh, we need to do 30 times 90, but we don't, okay? First of all, we need to look at how many seconds there are in a minute. And we all know that there's 60 seconds in a minute. So how many lots of 30 is that? 30, 60. So in 1 minute, how many goals can be scored? 30, there's 1 goal. 60, there's 2 goals. So for every 1 minute, so 1 minute, there are 2 goals, okay? And this again links back to our ratio. I've just put an equal sign, but we could put the ratio. For every 1 minute, there are 2 goals scored. Therefore, for every 90 minutes, how many goals are scored? Again, what have I done to the 1 to get 90? I've just times it by 90. So what do I do to the 2? I times it by 90. Pause the video and calculate that for me. 2 times 90 or 2 times 9. Therefore, you'll know what 2 times 90 is. Off you go. Okay, welcome back. Our answers, what did we get for it? Well, 2 times 90, well, I know what 2 times 9 is, that's 18. Therefore, 2 times 90 is 10 lots more than that. So it is 180. That's a lot of goals for one football match. Very well done, guys. Okay, let's move on to the very last question before you get cracking with today's activities. So, Coronation Street, you know that's my favourite programme. On a Sunday, they have the Omnibus, which is where we catch up on them all. And so the Omnibus starts at 1400. Now, have a think, what time actually is that? 14, well, it's past 12. So it's past 12 o'clock in the afternoon, past lunchtime. So 12, 13 would be 1, 14 would be 2. So it's 1400 or 2 p.m, okay? Each episode is 28 minutes and there are 5 episodes on this Omnibus, okay? So what time will it end? We're in for a treat on this one. So I've got 5 episodes that are each 28 minutes. So well done if you thought, right, I need to do 5 lots of 28, okay? There's multiple ways that we could do that. We can partition it or you could do it as a written calculation. So pause the video and off you go for working that out first of all. Okay, well done. So I partitioned this to calculate it. Let me bend down, sorry. So I did 20 and 8. So 5 lots of 20 is 100 and 5 lots of 8 is 40. So it's 140 minutes, okay? If it started at 2 p.m. or 1400 hours, we need to add 140 minutes. Don't just think, oh, 14 is going to change to 15 and it's going to be 1540 because there's not 100 minutes in an hour, there's 60. So if we count in our 60s until we get near to 140, that'll tell us how many hours. So 60, 120, and then if we added another 60, we'd get to 180. So we've only got 60, 120. So that gives me 2 full hours. And then from 120 to 140, I've got 20 minutes left over. So I've got 2 hours and 20 minutes, okay? So 14, this is my hours here, if you remember, and this is my minutes. 14, add 2 hours, 14, 15, 16. So it's 16 is our hours, and then we've got 0 minutes, and we're adding the 20 that we had left over from 120 to 140. So it's just 1620. Okay, well done if you got that right. Okay, you've all got similar activities below. Blue group, you're going to continue with your learning that you started yesterday. Hopefully you are enjoying it. I know how good you are at these mystery challenges, so let's see if you can get those completed and see if you can find out who is the culprit. Okay, good luck with today's learning, and I will speak to you all over email at some point throughout the day. Well done.